some serious trauma and hardship in their childhoods. Frank Herbert says, power attracts pathological personalities.
So Critical Drinker is a very notorious YouTuber whose videos are beloved by some, hated by others. I'm mainly on the negative side with Drinker. I find most of his reviews pretty stupid. Occasionally does a good video here and there, but for the most part, I'm not very impressed. And his latest salvo is to attack The Boys for attacking or turning on its audience. Well, there's a lot to be said here. Let me acknowledge CHD, who did a very excellent video, which I'll be drawing upon, but I have my own interpretation as well. So basically, Drinker boasts he hasn't seen season 4 of The Boys, but pronounces it's in sharp decline. And get this, yes, it's not just that The Boys is really bad, but that Rotten Tomatoes is a very good source for gauging how badly it's fallen off.
He reminds us a chilling truth: perception is everything. Because no matter how awful Homelander is, he still can be seen as a hero, all thanks to media manipulation.
With celebrity culture, media manipulation, and cultural warfare.
And it still does. You know, you have Firecracker using social media and optics to try and turn the public against Starlight. And they've still been mocking activism. Like, they even spoofed Pepsi's activism commercial back in season 3, which was...
His problem is, if Drinker has not really seen the season, how would he know that these reviews are valid? For all we know, these people did not see the season either. But just going off political biases, they don't like that The Boys is targeting, quote, a lot of right-wing tropes in America and elsewhere. And again, the presupposition is also really bad. Namely that The Boys has become political. It's been political for a while. I even read the comic. It's a very political story. It's a political mythology. Why Drinker is getting all upset now seems unclear. And when he tries to spell out why he's upset, it's like, oh, okay.
I don't make mistakes. I'm not just like the rest of you. I'm stronger. I'm smarter. I'm better. I am better. I'm not some weak-kneed fucking crybaby that goes around fucking apologizing all the time. All my life, people have tried to control me. Keep me impotent and obedient, like I'm a fucking puppet. You know what? It worked. Because I allowed it to work.
It's as every other Hollywood product.
Ah, so that's what this is about. So what this is really about is you don't like the fact that the show is now making fun of people and channels like yours. Kind of ramped up, you know, how much they make fun of.
Drinker is upset that maybe the season will directly target people like him, the chuds. And he being a chud, he's very sensitive and cannot stand the criticism. Ergo, he will not subject himself to the criticism. I will say one thing, though. In one of his messages, apparently Drinker says he will see The Boys. So has he seen The Boys at all? Has he completely skipped the season? I don't know. It seems in the review he's actually rather proud of himself to say, I've not seen season 4. He did see some of the prior seasons. And again, you can make a guess that the seasons will decline as they go on. But again, at best, that's a very wild speculation. So why he should be trusted as a valued critic on...
I'm just another mouthpiece for the safe, corporatized, hollow, and performative act.
Wait, hold up. Did you just call The Boys season 4 safe? Okay, so Homelander, just in the first 4 episodes in this season alone, lasered a chick in half, burned a dude alive, made a dude jerk off in front of him, and then lasered his dick off. And for the last elderly woman that he left alive.
Now, I myself am coming to The Boys very recently. I have seen season 4, and I'm catching up with season 3, so I've got to go through the earlier seasons, but I'm not sensing any sharp decline. There's also something very curious where Drinker is presupposing they're losing their audience. And that is pretty damn hilarious. It doesn't appear the audience has been lost. The audience is getting split, which is fine. One, that doesn't tell us the quality of the show is getting worse. Now, are there bad things about season 4? Yeah, there are certain question marks about how some plots are working out. And some of the special effects, as well as action scenes, I've not been impressed by. Most fans love it, but I'm still a little bit sketchy. However, the heart of the show, which is Homelander and his story, seems pretty remarkably strong. So
fan base turned so hard on any show since Game of Thrones. Look through the reviews and you'll see page after page of absolutely brutal write-ups, all saying basically the same thing. The general consensus is...
There's also the second problem, is that if Drinker is really serious about Rotten Tomatoes, this completely contradicts a ton of his reviews, because he doesn't like The Last Jedi, he doesn't like Rise of Skywalker, he doesn't like a lot of Hollywood films, even though those films, they do get a high score with Rotten Tomatoes. So is he saying only the audience score with Rotten Tomatoes will matter? Because a lot of audiences did like Rise of Skywalker, so that can't be it either. So what is it exactly that he's saying? I think, like a lot of his reviews, he's not saying anything at all. He's just letting his political prejudices tell him this or that is a bad film. And the way with Whiplash, he just keeps changing his mind, is pretty hilarious. So before, he was willing to praise Andor, even though that's part of Disney Star Wars, which he hates, but he says, okay, Andor at least is very decent. But now he says, I'm done. I'm done with Star Wars. I'm done with the whole Disney. I'm done. I'm finished. He said he wouldn't even finish The Acolyte, but then he changed his mind again and said, I'm going to keep reviewing The Acolyte for money.
What the fuck do you mean off to Rotten Tomatoes? Didn't you just, I don't know, watch the season and form an opinion for yourself?
Boy, ain't no way, boy.
So it just seems like he's a very greedy YouTuber who has found his niche, appeasing a very right-wing audience, and he knows how to manipulate it, and that's, whatever, that is what it is. But then he just starts spouting literally factually false things and says, oh, I'm a very good critic. No, I don't think he's a good writer. I don't think he's a good critic.
Political theatre that's going to be forgotten as soon as your show's over. No, I don't think I will be watching season 4 of The Boys after.
Who doesn't seem to know anything about anything. But hey, if that's your thing, listening to ignoramus keep ranting on and on for hours and hours, he's your guy. He will keep ranting and say untrue things and pretty stupid things for a very, very long time with his friends Molehair, Mauler, Nerdrotics, the Nazi drug dealer who stole things to feed his drug habit, and people like that, and then moralize to us how to be a good person. That's what you're going to get with critical drinkers.